Welcome back to another episode of the Bench Mob ENT podcast, the best sports podcast in New Jersey. As you can see, I am joined by a guest tonight, none other than Ty-Shonn Pannell, William Wood Owls guard out here, been getting buckets, been a floor general for a minute. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. It's a good night over here.
Appreciate you hopping on. For those that do not know, I gave the full government, but for the rest of the episode, we just rocking with Ty. So if y'all want to look him up, that's what his name was. But we rocking with Ty for the rest of it right there.
Yeah.
Before we get started, y'all know the rules. Y'all know the house rules. Hit the subscribe button, share, like, tell this to any and everybody. I promise you, it's gonna be some good information in here, some gems, some knowledge. Tell it to your uncle, your cousin, your baby moms. Even if y'all don't talk, she gonna like this interview. I promise you, she is. Todd, you play basketball, right? When did that love for basketball start? What's your origin story with the game of basketball?
So it's actually a funny story for real because I was one of those kids that actually started off playing football. So I started playing football when I was like 4 years old. And then when I hit around like 9, 10, my dad had introduced me to basketball. And as soon as I touched that ball, I instantly I felt like peace. Like it just came so natural to me. Like it was just one of them things where I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do for real. And really I'm glad that I found something where I'm able to express myself without even having to speak. Like I could just express everything through the game. Like as soon as I step on the court, everything just go away and I'm at peace, man.
So I want to go back. You mentioned football. You played football. What position you played football?
I mean, I'm a point guard on the court, so it's only right that I started off playing quarterback. But I played a little bit of everything, but mainly quarterback. I played quarterback and I played safety. So
okay, I just had to check because typically, point guard they was playing QB. So
go ahead.
I had to check with that. Once you actually fell in love with the game of basketball, Pops introduced it to you. What players, anybody that inspired you or you tried to model your game after growing up?
Well, I mean, it's so many different, guards that I was able to see and just observe. But the biggest thing that I personally did was instead of trying to model my game after like one person, I really tried to take a few pages out of a lot of people's books. But the main people that I really grew up on was AI. I loved AI, just being an undersized guard, just being ferocious. Um, I love D Wade too, because just the smoothness that he played with, he can never be phased on the court. And then as I started developing my game, one of my biggest attributes was my shot. So it kind of came like hand in hand with Trae Young as soon as I started hitting like high school. But like Trae Young and like Curry, I guess those are like probably the four biggest people that I really like took pages from and just watched growing up. And yeah, they just inspired me the most.
I was just having a conversation with someone about AI, bro. Like AI, true inspiration on and off the court. I don't know about for you, but off the court, even for me,
Yeah,
I wanted to get braids. I wanted to do all that. Moms wasn't having it. I wanted to get braids. I want to do everything like AI.
I still do that, man. I still be getting my hair braided for some games. It'd be fire.
Every day, I'm like, bro, I need to find somebody to braid my hair before the game too on the on the sideline. Like AI was really different. Trae Young, I think he gets because they don't be winning. I think he'll be getting sometimes the same love and respect that he should get. But Trae Young is one of them dudes. And you mentioned undersized guards. I'm 5'10" too. So I already know I got a special affinity for undersized guards, as Isaiah Thomas say, Smurf gang. Like I got a special thing for them. For you, right? We hear all the time, oh, undersized guard. They list all the things that is a disadvantage.
Yep.
What do you think are your advantages at your size?
Well, me, I don't like to call them advantages. I like to call them superpowers because that's how I look at them. And just already being the underdog, no matter what you doing, you could be averaging 40 and people still gonna be looking down on you. Oh, he's not big enough. So I use that as fuel every time I step on the court, every time I'm approaching basketball. And that's one of my superpowers is being able to play with that chip on my shoulder constantly every day, just having that, not being able to, rest on the court because I have to have that high motor. I have to play with that, tenacity, that quickness, that high IQ. And I really have to, I feel like my superpowers is my IQ, my motor, and just being able to play with that chip on my shoulder because I got to be a step ahead and I have to play. I can't play 100. I got to do 150%, 200% just to even open somebody's eyes and catch somebody's eye. So that's the biggest things that I look at.
I'm biased as heck, but I always say, yes, of course, MJ, Bron, Kobe, get them they love. But I'm biased. I got a little special love for those that make it and ball out. That's under 6 feet. That isn't 6'6". It's a different journey to be able to get to collegiate ball, get alone pro ball, whether it's NBA or overseas. You gotta do 40 times more versus, and I know you know them. It's dudes that's out here that's getting chances at 6'7" that really ain't like that, but got a 6'7". Oh, we could work with them. We could give another chance. Let him get his third scholarship. Like it's crazy. So the undersized guards, I have a special respect for them because, like you said, you gotta go. You don't get a chance to rest. You don't get a chance. Like 2 turnovers and they ready to be like, pull him out
of here. Yep.
It's because he's short. He not fast enough. All this stuff. So special respect to you and everybody that's out there doing it. That's why I like AI so much.
Yup.
To get to the finals, to actually win a game against that Lakers squad,
carry everything, bro.
Nothing but respect to him. For you coming into this season that you are in right now, what are some things that you worked on this summer to bring into this season?
Well, over the summer, obviously, you have to sharpen your tools. So what worked for you during that season, you got to keep that sharp. And, you got to look at what was your like so-called weaknesses, I guess you could say, just places that you lacking. But the biggest things that I work on in the summer is staying in shape because no matter what you do, you can have all the skills. But if you in shape and you able to play 10, 15 minutes straight, just going up and down, there's not a lot of people that could do that. So that alone, that's going to boost you up. And another thing that I work on is just getting back to my fundamentals, getting back to me, like just going back to what started making me successful with basketball. My shot, my handle, whatever it is, I just focus on that and really just just have fun with it. It's summertime. It's no stress. Like, just work out. You work out. I like to work out in the morning, 5, 6 in the morning. That way I get my day started the right way, get it started the right way. And yeah, so over the summer, just working on that. And then I actually stayed out here in school in Missouri. But when I went home, obviously working on my pops, my pops been my trainer all my life, really. That's really been the only person that I trained with up until like 11th grade. Then I started, getting some different perspectives. But during the summer, it's me and my pops waking up at 4:30 in the morning so that we could get to the Y. We get to the Y at 5 before anybody touched the court. And, just getting back to those basics. And then, when I go with my friends, I just play defense because I need to have that, at my height, at my stature, I need to be ferocious on the defensive end. Like I gotta be a pest. So those in the summer, that's what I do, man.
Like you said, I've been on teams, I've played semi-pro where some people make the team just because they was in shape.
Yep.
Just because they was in shape. Those that's watching this, kids, anybody that end up watching this, even if you in college, being in the best shape possible really can take you far. That gets you in the door because there's a lot of people that don't, like you said, take it serious. You getting up at 4:30 in the morning. It's not a lot of players that actually are doing that. You mentioned you stayed in Missouri. I didn't have this on the question list, but being that you from New York, what's that like? That transition in New York to Missouri, and I know New York in the summertime is something different than Missouri. How is that? And how do you keep your focus being that Missouri is way different than New York?
Yeah. So, well, my biggest thing that was keeping me grounded out here was not a lot of people notice because I just don't like to put my, my personal business out there like that. But I mean, it's been about a year now. I'm actually engaged with my was girlfriend, but now my fiance, and she just does a good job of keeping me focused, keeping me on track. Uh, and just out here, it was really just me in the gym. Like it just allowed me to tune everything out. Approaching my last year of college ball, I really wanted to improve and just I want to win it all. So I stayed in the gym like 24/7 as much as I could. And that's really the biggest thing. Like, yes, I went back home like once or twice, but for the most part, I stayed out here because I wanted to stay locked in. I wanted to really, be the best version that I could be going into my senior year and just hoop for real. I ain't want to get involved with none of the politics, no going out, no, none of that stuff. I just wanted me, the gym, and my girl. And I talk with my parents, I FaceTime my parents every day. Like those like my best friends for real. Like I talk to both of them on a regular. And yeah, just that's the biggest thing why I was able to stay out here was because I have such a good relationship with both my parents, and all my siblings. So I miss them, seeing them in person, but I know that once I see them in person, it's like we never missed a step for real. So
Shout out to the support system.
yeah.
Huge, huge in athletics. And congrats on the engagement. I've been married for 5 years, so I'm a huge component of that. Nothing but blessings to you. I pray everything goes smooth. Pray everything stays how it is. But that's huge. Congrats on that. Appreciate you even sharing that on the pod. Like that's big time. So shout out to you and your fiance. That's what's up with that. For you, right? The game of basketball, as much as we love it, sometimes, like you just mentioned, the politics and the things like that, it don't always love us back. When it comes to your ups and downs that come with basketball, how do you stay motivated? How do you keep going? Because I know you've met players, you have friends that gave up because of the politics, because of I had a bad season, bad couple of games. How do you stay motivated? How do you stay locked in?
So I actually a few years ago, before I came into college, I had seen a quote that I don't know. Have you ever heard of Chris Likes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has a quote, and I'm not gonna lie. When I first seen it, I really didn't understand it, but it was my first year in college. I wasn't really getting PT like that, and it just happened to come across my timeline again. And it goes never too high, never too low. And that's something that I really kind of like live by because it reminds me to live in the present, don't live in the past, don't live in the future, live in the present, be appreciative for everything that you have. So throughout my downs, I don't look at them as setbacks, I don't look at them as downs. I just use that as building blocks to, build myself back up or approach it a different way, look at it as a lesson instead of a loss. And then obviously when I win, appreciate the win, appreciate all of that. But Deion Sanders said it the other day, you can't get intoxicated with success. And that's something that is huge, because a lot of kids, they'll work, get that offer, and they're like, yes, and then they stop working. They think that's their end goal. You gotta have your end goal gotta have an end goal, and that end goal gotta have an end goal. Like, you gotta have something that keeps you pushing, it keeps you motivated. And for me, it's just not I like to be the best, man. So when I'm out there, I'm just pushing to be the best. I believe I'm the best on the court. I don't care who I'm on the court with. And just having that mindset just really pushes me through the low times and the high times too.
That confidence is needed. Jared McCain said it last week. They asked him some question in regards how you. I'm supposed to think I'm the best. I don't care if Bron on the court. I'm supposed to think
Yeah.
I'm the best player on this court, or you get killed. People don't be understanding that.
Yeah.
In sports, it's kill or be killed.
Yeah.
That's it. Ain't no in between on that. Shout out to you though for being able to have that mentality, because like you said, Kobe mentioned it too before he retired. He was talking about you got to be even killed. Can't be too high, you can't be too low. That famous quote, "Hey Kobe, why aren't you smiling? The job ain't finished."
Yep.
The job ain't finished. You got to have that balance, or too high, you like Deion said, you intoxicated. Too low, that's with depression, and you end up giving up, stuff like that. For your collegiate career, what's been your favorite part of your collegiate career so far?
Well, I mean, I can't really pinpoint, one part that's been my favorite. I really just love the journey itself, because it's taught me so much about myself and just what I can do. Like, when I started off in college, my freshman year, man, I was basically riding the bench for real, because my coaches ain't have that faith in me, but I stayed ready and I stayed composed. And last game of the year, we ended up making a tournament, and we actually ended up playing against, I don't know if you know, that FDU team that made that Cinderella run a few years ago. They was a D2, before they had went there, and we ended up playing that coach, and I think it was 3 or 4 of those players from that team. I ended up dropping 21 on them as a freshman in the tournament. And that's something that will always stick with me. I guess you could say that's my favorite moment, because it showed me that it don't matter. I know what I'm capable of, and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks I could do, what they think of me. As long as I have that confidence in myself, I could be successful. And that goes on and off the court. And I guess you could say that's one of my favorite, moments in my collegiate career. Yeah, that's one of the most memorable things, because I got a medal. We had won, we won the first round. We made it to the round of 32. We didn't make that deep run, but just having that experience and carrying that along with me throughout my life, I could tell, my kids, my grandkids, I played in the D2 national tournament, and I had 21, hit a film and all that. So that's that's definitely one of my favorite moments, just dating back, because I was about, when I first came into college, I was about 125, 130, just just out there just getting buckets, man. I knew I could do it. I just needed the platform, and that provided me the platform.
Yo, that's a lot you said in there. That's a lot of good gems, and I don't think people understand too that it's a skill to be able to stay locked in, because literally when it comes to sports, team sports specifically, at any point your coach could call your number.
Yup.
And when you get that opportunity, what are you going to do with it? A lot of people, if they don't have that mentality where you saying yo, I'm staying locked in, I'm not letting it affect me. I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. You get that opportunity, you fumble it because you like, nah, I can't stand the coach. I don't want to do this. I'm about to quit. All this. And then when he call your number, you like, people ain't ready. And he's like, oh yeah, now the coach. All the disbelief is co-signed in their head, like, yeah, I know I shouldn't have called on him. So that was big for you to actually step up. I think that's something that people, when it comes to sports, you have to keep in mind.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, sometimes coaches they don't see it. When that number call, injury happen, anything like that, you got to be ready. Somebody watching this, kid, somebody in college, anybody, and they're like, yo, I see what Ty doing. Ty's playing collegiate basketball at the highest level. What advice would you give somebody that's saying, I want to be where Ty is at. I want to do what Ty doing?
Man, you just gotta really like look in the mirror and tell yourself, if you love this game, if you love this, you have to understand everything that comes with it. When I came out of high school, even in my senior year, I did not know how much politics played a part in the whole basketball community. And I feel like a lot of kids, especially coming from where I come from, people don't look at, they look at sports, they look at music, they don't really look at, different job opportunities, because, that's just what we see. So if you really want to be successful in basketball, you just got to understand that you got to know people. You got to be willing to talk. You got to be willing to communicate, because a lot of the times, like you said, it's not about your skills. It's not about, it's not about what you could do on the court. A lot of the times, obviously you have those 4 or 5 stars. It's about what they could do on the court. Like, they impact the game so great. But, other people, you just got to find your lane. You got to find what makes you happy at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's about playing basketball. You want to play. D1, D2, NAIA, D3, whatever you want to do. At the end of the day, if you go to a D1 and you sit in the bench, you're going to tell yourself, I don't care where I'm at next year as long as I'm playing. And that's one of the biggest things that I would tell somebody trying to pursue basketball is build your contacts, build your connections, because you have to get in front of those eyes. You have to put yourself in them rooms at least, because once you get in them doors, then you can show your ability. But you have to get in them doors first. And I feel like you could just take that on and off the court, just in life. You just got to get in them doors. Once you get in the doors, then you showcase who you are, your abilities, your character, all that stuff going to come to play. But you got to get in that door first and really build them connections.
One, I think we got the title of the episode, Get in the Door. There go the title right there. 2, we've had people on that are playing overseas. We've had NBA players on the pod that say the importance of, it's not always what you do, how you do it, but it's about who you know. Yep. The connections, especially in basketball, is such a tight-knit community.
Yep.
It's about who you know. And like you said, for those that's listening, you paying attention, that's a gem for on and off the court. In whatever field you want to go into, you got to build the connections, the people. And like you said, once you get in the room, then you can showcase. Oh, wow, I didn't know Ty got a 3-pointer. Oh, shoot, Ty got. Now I get to show you, this is what you've been missing out on. This is what you've been missing out on. I've been that person. Y'all just now getting caught up to it. So that's great information right there. And like I said, that's on and off the court. For you, before we transition into our 4th quarter segment, which is kind of more of the laid back, rapid fire type of questions, after this senior season, you mentioned getting in the rooms. Is there a desire? Is there a plan that you will continue playing, or are you going to go straight into whatever your career is, whatever your desire is that your degree is in?
Well, I do, I do want to play professional basketball. I know I could, and I'm gonna chase that until I can't no more. Like, because basketball is really my passion. Like one of my assistant coaches, he just finished playing pro over in Israel, and he had his agent speak to us 2 days ago, and his agent was basically saying the same thing. Like, you got to get in them doors, when the opportunity presents itself, then you can show who you are, but you got to get in the doors first. So my biggest thing is, one, we got to win now. We got to win this season so that I could, my whole team, we could put ourselves in front of those scouts and, have that winning impact. Because once you get overseas, they don't care where you went to school. They don't care about none of that. It's, can you help us win? And that's one of the biggest things that I'm really priding myself on, is being a winning player. Because I done been that guy, I done been that guy, that 30 a game guy. I done been that, utility guy, and it's just about being able to put that together and pull your tools out when you need them. And I'm definitely going to be pursuing basketball after college. Going to showcases, doing whatever I got to do to put myself in a position to win, basically, and achieve that goal of being a professional basketball player. Even if it's for a year, I can always say I played professional basketball.
I know that grind. I know it's a grind, especially like we already mentioned the undersized guards. We talk about all the time. I say on this pod, once we have a guest on this your home podcast, and we speak things into existence. So far, we 2 for 2. We had guests on that said they wanted to play overseas. It's 2 people that's been on. They are overseas right now. They both, she's balling. I forget what country, but she's killing it. So we speaking that into existence here. Next season, we'll see you over here. Like you said, winning is everything. A lot of people don't understand that. Yo, I'm gonna go drop 40. If you 6'8", all right, cool. Go drop 40. They gonna come look at you.
Yeah.
Other players, winning is what gets you in front. Dropping 40 and y'all 4-12 on this, like, don't nobody want to come see you. They not coming to watch that really most times. So
yeah,
definitely pray, wish nothing but a healthy season, nothing but wins, and it's your home pod. So when you get that contract and you overseas and you want to talk it, you can hop back on here like, hey, Tone, I'm about to be over here. Let me hop on, talk my stuff. They said I wasn't going to make this your home podcast. So you look forward to that good news. Definitely look forward. We're going to repost it, all that stuff when you get that contract. So
yeah.
Fourth quarter segment.
Let's go.
I'm a foodie. I love to eat. I eat for 3. No cap. I like to cook, all that.
Ooh, bro.
All of that. What's your game day meal? What's your cheat meal?
So my game day meal depends on like what time of the day it is. So if we got like an early afternoon game, I like to wake up early, get my shots up, and then when I come back home, I'm gonna make me like eggs, some toast, some bacon, and then some fruit, some turkey bacon. Yeah, turkey bacon. And then just whatever like fruit I got in the fridge, whether it's pineapple. I normally have a lot of pineapples. I like pineapples. And yeah, that's normally what I'm gonna have on a game day. If it's later in the day, I'll probably have like some rice and chicken, rice, broccoli and chicken, or like some rice and steak. Some not too heavy, but enough that's gonna keep me fueled.
Yeah. Now, you're not in season. You just dropped 35 and 11. What's the cheat meal? What's the meal that you like? I know I ain't supposed to be eating this, but I gotta have it.
Man, I got two things that I really love, and that's pizza and that's ice cream. Yo, if I can have pizza or ice cream, that's my cheat day. I'm good.
Hey, that's my son too. My son pizza if he could have pizza every day, he would have pizza every day. So
I love pizza, bro.
pizza, you can't go wrong with pizza. There's so many options with pizza.
Yeah.
I know you locked in on basketball. I know you locked on what's going on in the season so far. It's early, but who you got winning the NBA Finals?
Man, I love Curry, man. I gotta go with the Warriors, man. I've been a Warriors fan since Baron Davis, man. So
Hey, B Diddy.
yeah. So I'm gonna go with Warriors, and then I got in the Eastern Conference. That's a little tough because Boston, they healthy, but the Cavs they going crazy. But I definitely see Warriors and then either Boston or the Cavs, and I got Warriors in 6.
Okay, I think the Warriors got. I don't know what it is. When they see the Celtics they be balling, and then they see the Warriors. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Steph in their head. We played them a couple of games ago. I'm like, bro, y'all been balling all season, and y'all see the Warriors, and it's just like y'all forget how to play. They don't know how to close out the game. Draymond playing elite defense again. Like the Warriors, I thought they was gonna be good because you still have Steph, of course.
Yeah.
You got Steph. You're not gonna be 10 and 72. That's not gonna happen.
Nah.
But this good. Shout out to Steph, Draymond, and Steve Kerr out here coaching.
That's a fact.
Hey, you mentioned Steph, you mentioned Trae Young. If you had to give me your top 5 point guards in the game right now.
Damn. Let me see. I definitely got Curry at the 1. Gotta have Curry. Greatest point guard of all time, in my opinion. Number 2, well, the rest I'm gonna say is interchangeable. Depending on your liking. But definitely, you gotta have Luka in there. He's considered a point guard. Definitely, I like Luka game, man. He's very good, man. De'Aaron Fox, I feel like not a lot of people give him his respect, and he's a dog, bro. Fast, he's fast, bro. I'm putting Trae Young in there just because ain't nobody else coming to the league averaging 27 and 9. Like, you got to get that respect. And then that number 5 spot, I gotta go with Jalen Brunson.
Yes, sir.
He just a bucket getter. All 3 levels, man. Bucket getter.
JB, something different, bro.
Different.
Being over here in Jersey, like in the air. New York is just different. When the Knicks are good,
yup,
New York is different. And if JB somehow get a ring, that man is going to be a god over New York.
They gonna put a statue up next day.
Facts. Jersey retired everything. Like
everything, bro.
You win in New York is completely different than probably anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
In the world. Like New York is completely different. You are loved forever there. Thanksgiving is coming up. We're gonna end up with this. Thanksgiving is coming up Thursday.
Yep.
Thanksgiving, this or that. Turkey or ham? I
gotta go turkey.
Yeah. You want a fried turkey or regular turkey?
It depends. It depends who's making it. I gotta leave it up to that. It depends who's making it, bro.
We going with mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes?
Yeah, that's a good one. All right, I'm healthy. I gotta go sweet potatoes.
We got sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie.
Not really a big pie person, but I think I'll go for the sweet potato pie more than a pumpkin pie.
Sweet potato pie with some vanilla ice cream. I'm good.
Yeah. My dad loves sweet potato pie, bro.
All right, last one we got. Black Friday or Cyber Monday?
Man, I gotta go Cyber Monday because Black Friday sales been trash these past couple years, bro. Giving me like regular deals, man. Cyber Monday, I just feel like it's a lot better, less of a hassle too. But if we going like 10 years ago, I'm going Black Friday, bro. What you get?
Cyber Monday because less of a hassle. I don't got time to be people stumping over people trying to fight. I'm about to go pop the trunk to get the last TV. Nah, bro, you got it. Cyber Monday, I ain't gotta worry about none of that.
Bro, what? I'm just chilling. I just gotta be fast. I gotta be up, and my connection gotta be good. That's it.
And you already up anyway. You working out, whatever. You already up, so straight like that. Hey, y'all know the vibes, man. That's Ty, yo. We appreciate you hopping on with us. Y'all know the vibes here on the BME podcast. If you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready. Bench Mob, we out. Peace.
All right, man.